Hey, how you doing, folks? This is Jack Mapes with Excel for Personal Training here in Long Beach, and today we're going to be talking about how to live longer and how to have our in-years not of dementia and physical ailments like so commonly seen in America, but how to make them strong living years. And if we could take some role models, we'll probably find them in areas known as blue zones. Blue zones are basically areas of the world where people are reaching 100 and beyond at a rate of 10 times the Americans. So if this was a mile race, we're getting lapped 10 times over by these areas. Now the 4 areas identified by Dan Buettner, the leading researcher of blue zones, is Nagasaki, Japan, the Pacoya Peninsula in Costa Rica, Sardinia, Italy, and one tiny little area of America, Loma Linda, California. So those are the 4 areas where people are living longer and stronger. Now there's reasons why they're reaching 100 and beyond. And there are 9 lifestyle factors that Dan Buettner have identified, and they're known as the Power 9. Now the first one is that people find a way in these areas to move mindlessly. So it's not so much that they're avid exercisers, but most of their day is comprised of movement. Now, to put that in the context of what we go through in America, most of us work computer jobs or desk jobs, and that objective of constant movement is usually unattainable unless you're at a great company that has a treadmill and lets you walk for the work. That would be a cool idea, but most companies don't have that. So what I'm going to suggest is a solution where we take our usually sedentary time and we have to create movement, you know, even outside of the gym. So a few basic things that we can do are throw away the remotes, change stations manually, and also maybe if you're having a telephone conversation, to pace back and forth around the room. And if you're a multitasker, you know, maybe you can clean the house at the same time. Who knows? But we got to try to move more throughout the day. That's something that these blue zones do very well. Now, secondly, they have a strong sense of purpose. Okay. So they have a reason for living, and Dan Buettner has identified 3 areas. Usually people have a purpose in their work. They love what they do, or they love their family. That's the second purpose of life. And the third is volunteering your time. So if you don't have a good family, I'm sorry, that's unfortunate. If you don't love what you do, that's also unfortunate. But there's no reason why you can't volunteer your time. And I'd argue that may become the most important because it brings out the human quality of giving. Now, I've been doing some research, and there's great opportunities in the greater Los Angeles area, one of which being the Braille Institute. So you can go to the Braille Institute and volunteer your time and help the blind population become more independent in their lifestyle habits. What a cool opportunity indeed. I'm considering doing myself. If that strikes you, contact me. I'd like to do it with you. Now the third is that people know how to downshift in these cultures. They're not workaholics, they're not work maniacs. They know how to step away. And even Leonardo da Vinci, the great artist, inventor, and other various things that he was, he suggested that if you take a step away from work, you gain a new perspective. So all those problems, all those things that plague us at work, everything that's so problematic and frustrating, we come back with a different perspective. We start to see answers that weren't there before. So I don't care what you have to do, but you have to have some communication with your supervisor or your boss, and you have to let them know that if you were to have additional time off, you'd come back and be more of a productive of a worker. So that's the third blue zone lifestyle factor of the Power 9, downshifting. Okay, now number 4 is that these people know how to stop before they're full. So that's known as the 80% rule. So these people of other cultures don't consume until their stomachs explode. And maybe the difference is that in America, we rely more off external cues. So we don't stop eating until our plate is gone, until our friends are finished, until our TV show's over. We rely more on what's going outside of our body to tell us when to put the fork down. People of other cultures are more internal. They know how to gauge their sense of fullness by listening to their body. The French, for instance, there's a thing called the French paradox. Their diets mainly consisted of fat, and they regularly indulge in dessert. Now, why do they have lower cases of obesity than us? Well, because they know how to stop, man. They eat smaller portions. So that's what we have to do, is we have to eat off the smaller plates. I mean, look around you. Obesity's everywhere. So eat off of smaller plates, and that should help your weight management. Now, fifthly, we're going to be talking about plant power. So a lot of these cultures, the main ingredient in their diets are vegetables. So they're safe to say they're vegetarians. Now, the serving size recommended by the USDA is 6 to 11 servings of vegetables a day. Now that's really hard. Now, a cup of vegetables is considered a serving. So if you can imagine getting 6 to 11, that's a lot of food. Now, what I'm going to suggest is there's a hot product on the market called the Jack LaLanne Power Juicer. And maybe you've seen the info commercial. I think it's a beautiful product because it saves us time. We don't have to cut, we don't have to prepare, and we still get all the nutrients. All you have to do is clean them, boom, stick it in through the hole, and out comes 30% more juice than the leading brand. And best part is you can save the pulp and include it in other recipes. So the Jack LaLanne Power Juicer is a great tool for including more vegetables in your diet. Now also, they're moderate red wine consumers. So Dan Buettner believes that the best wine that has the most flavonoids and antioxidants is Sardinian wine from the island of Sardinia, Italy. So I would definitely do your research and try to get a bottle of that regularly, to consume 1 to 2 glasses a day. It's been shown to have tremendous heart benefits. Also, they have a strong sense of belonging. So they've created social networks. Nowadays we catch up people on Facebook and LinkedIn and YouTube, but it's my belief that there's no thing that could beat face-to-face interaction. Videos aside, I mean, I do this again to show you about who I am and what I do and what I'm passionate about, but I love catching up with friends and family face-to-face, and I think there's nothing that could really replace that. So find time to get away from the computer and to make socializing a regular part of your life. That is another area of Blue Zones that is of great importance. Now, beliefs. They can come from religion, they can come from mentors, they can come from friends. Beliefs is just a sense of certainty. It's something that you know for certain that is true or that is not true. So one of the things that I like to do is I like to read maxims of great people. Like I'm reading John Wooden's book right now, and he suggests that happiness begins where selfishness ends. So again, going back to the quality of giving, that's where you get your sense of joy. That's where you get your sense of fulfillment. But beliefs could be any, and they could vary. So these people of other cultures have strong belief systems. Now, number 9 is they make family a priority. So they find time to get together. And one of the things that we have to do in America is we have to get everybody around the dinner table again. It's a lot of families sitting in front of the TV anymore, and it's becoming a very isolated culture. So we have to find time to get away from everything. Turn off the TV. Let's get our families back together, connected, strong again, and talk about the day. So those are the Power 9 that is suggested by Dan Buettner. And you can read more on www.bluezones.com. ExcelFit Personal Training has a longevity wellness program going on right now where we're going to take those Power 9 and we're doing massive amounts of research to figure out strategies, practical strategies that we could implement in America to catch up, so to say, to these other cultures. So I can see my friends 80 to 70 years down the road. I want to reach 100. I hope you do too. I hope you heard things today that have value to you. And we have more videos on the way. Stay tuned. I'm Jack from ExcelFit Personal Training here in Long Beach. And again, you can check me out at www.excellifit.com. And until next time, bye-bye, and thank you very much. Bye-bye.